Welcome back to The Kerrnel Does 80 Days. It is 8 p.m. We need to sleep, so let's sleep. We walked the streets of Warsaw, feeling the air of a different continent all around. In less than 2 generations, the Tsars had made this little outpost all their own. But there were signs of dissent on every corner. For on every building project in the city, there were glued pamphlets declaring the Russians to be dogs, fiends, and Philistines. We walked further, however, and saw no disturbances. It seems all the revolutionary types have been rounded up and shot, placated by prosperity. I'm going to say placated by prosperity, because if everything looks nice... In fact, our hostelier told us later that the pamphlets themselves are produced by machines buried by the rebels during the Troubles. No one has yet found them to switch them off. Wow. Okay, so let's explore. New routes discovered. Going out in the day, I encountered an incredible creature, as tall as a house with a wide swinging metal arms like a rampaging giant. I stared, gawping, as the terrible machine stomped from foot to foot, slowly rotating. And then I saw in its chest was a man using levers and switches to operate the colossal device. It was a gigantic walking exoskeleton. I watched him work. He operated a small lever in each hand, which seemed to articulate the metal creature's arms. It was all entirely mechanical, but amplified by his own movements, and so looked organic. He smashed a nearby wall, and I jumped clear. I waved to him, and he looked down and tipped his cloth cap. What is this thing? I demanded. It's a kodonki. I'm sorry. He said, from Novorossiysk. Novorossiysk. I hope that's right. They've shipped a few in to help us finish with the building work. From Novorossiysk, you say? It's a small town on the far side of the Black Sea, he replied. I don't know why they have a surplus of these things there. He pulled a lever and the machine drew back a massive arm. How does it work? There are 2 levers on each hand, and they work on ball sockets. I'd let you try, sir, but I must get on with my work. The drawn-back arm smashed into a wall, and the building fell into a cloud of dust. I jumped back. Excuse me, my friend called, but I must get back to work. What an incredible sight. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We are trying to get to Minsk at 3 p.m. It's a -5, so this is like a really crappy journey, right? I think we need to do it, though. 2 suitcases, hire extra space. Hire extra space. Cold weather. This looks like a bothersome option, but the fur coat from our Russian gentleman's wardrobe set should make things easier. Very good. Alright, we clambered aboard the train. Monsieur Fogg settled into a far corner like a dusty old uncle, and I pressed my nose against the glass, watching as the bleak countryside rolled... Yeah, that. Trains are such marvelous contraptions. I could have been an engine driver myself, I think, if I wasn't such a dreadfully dirty job. A life of coal scuttles and engine grease. Mon Dieu. Let's see. Converse. Greetings, mademoiselle. Good evening. Minsk. Pray tell me about Minsk. Oh, really, monsieur? Minsk to Odessa? Let's ask about that. Indeed, you can get from Odessa to Odessa from Minsk in the passenger carriage, but the fare is expensive. Novorossiysk. I don't know, but you can pick up stopwatches in Novorossiysk that you can sell for profit in Moscow. Oh, is that somewhere we... Huh. Don't mind if I do. Let's ask about Odessa. They say some buyers will pay well for woolen cloaks in Odessa. Thessaloniki? Bucharest? Tsaritsyn. The quickest way to Tsaritsyn from here is to go via Moscow. Alright. Where's Bucharest? No idea. But now I have heard people say Bucharest is the little Paris. Oh, there's Bucharest. That's kind of backtracking though, right? We arrived at Minsk after nightfall and disembarked. I'm kind of worrying that we're missing some really cool places. not no offense to Russians at all. But the way that they've described this Trans-Siberian is kind of bleak. The accordion could earn us well here. Let's hotel. Pass the night. A very cold newspaper man offered me a sip of Turkish coffee at a tram stop in Minsk. My grandfather was French, he said blandly. Then we are compatriots. I toasted him with my ceramic tumbler. I do not think so. He spat onto the ground vehemently. I did not know him. He was one of Napoleon's soldiers. Minsk was occupied by the Grand Army during the invasion. He did not speak in a particularly accusative tone, but any words I tried to say in reply coagulated at the back of my throat. I managed to choke out. An unfortunate business. Yes, war is an unfortunate business. And yet, he sighed, I am here. So there is that. He gestured with his cup. You are traveling? We head from here to Moscow, I think. We will cross Russia to Japan. Who knows where we are going? I think rushing to Japan is the way to go. He gave me a downturned smile. Vladivostok is closed, he said. You will have more luck going through China, unless you're military. Thanks for the advice, I replied coolly. He narrowed his eyes at me. Why? Our tram wheezed into the stop and the conductor opened the doors. The newspaper man boarded. Enjoy your coffee, he added, without looking in my direction. I boarded with him, and he cracked a rare smile. If I were traveling, I know where I would choose to go. And where is that? Tehran, he replied, to my surprise. Tehran? An unusual choice? He laughed bitterly and tapped the newspaper under his arm. When I was younger, I knew a woman called Lena Palkala, a Finnish girl. She became a dancer. Now she passes herself off as Slavic and has just been signed up to a dance exclusively in Tehran. I'm sure I'll never see her again, but if I could, I would try. Then go. I can advise you on routes. I would never find her. Lena Palkala is gone. Her name is now Maria Poltavka. I guess that would be of use if we were going that way, but we're not. So we have new routes discovered. We don't really want to go to St. Peter's. Oh, do we? A few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. Let's go to the market. The accordion. Oh, yes. Oh, Scottish shortbread. Genuine Scottish shortbread. How it got out here is hard to understand. Of interest to luxurious, posh, and prim types. Jackline. Ugh. A railway man's cap, the sort worn by train guards and enthusiasts. I think we should grab that. Let's put the railway cap over here. Oops. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Market. It's the heavy storm set. I'm thinking we're going to need this if we're going to cross the Atlantic, especially the North Atlantic. We're not going to see a lot of luxurious posh and prim types, so let's leave that. Monkey wrench. Okay, we need that. Antalya. Where is Antalya? Pressure gauge. Okay. Let's take a look here. Athens. Oh, Antalia's way down here? Oh, good lord. We ain't going down there, man. Let's go back to the market. Antalya? You know what? Let's keep it for now. We're not. It's not costing us any space. All right, so we want to go to Moscow. Arrives tomorrow. Embark. Departs at 10 p.m. Oh, minus 16? Oh, higher extra space. My God. This looks like a bothersome experience, but the fur coat... Oh, okay, so it evens out. Awesome. Holy smokes. The train pulled out from Minsk Station well after nightfall. Monsieur Fogg had taken to tapping his watch every time we began a new journey, as though he was recording the time of departure through some fantastical spring-operated signal. Perhaps he was sending a message to whomever it was back in London. Persuaded him on this curious journey of ours. Relations with Strong have strengthened slightly. That's good. We do need that. There was little time to do anything before total darkness enveloped the train. I said converse. What is your wish, master? Passepartout? Begin conversation. Health. How are you feeling, monsieur? I am in roaring health, but we must make haste. I prefer the Kremlin to St. Basil's onion domes. Or is that Basil? Tsaritsyn. I knew a woman who was on holiday in Tsaritsyn long before the freight train to Astrakhan went missing. Very good. Tsaritsyn to Astrakhan. So maybe this is a better route to go than up here. Morning came and we were still crossing the Russian countryside, the train moving on its slow and steady way. I spent the time talking to other passengers, hoping to find options for our next leg. I met a charming Muscovite artist, whom I quickly abandoned as knowing nothing. Let's say we have a pleasant and unproductive conversation that whiled the hours away. Finally, we pulled into the stone edifice that was Moscow Station and disembarked. Relations with Fogg has strengthened, and your character is now courageous. Oh yeah, baby, that's how I roll. You're quite the flamboyant type, I see. Alright, Moscow. Market. What do we got here? Nothing really to sell, I don't think. Cold compress, perfect for soothing aching muscles. Part of the rest and recuperation set. Part of the gentleman traveler set. We need the top hat. Yes. False passport. Oh, a forged Englishman's passport in the name of Jack Passenger. Left of the law. I don't think we want that. Salve of Arnica. Part of the rest and recuperation set. Let's grab these. I don't know if we want to do anything illegal. Although we might need it in China. Protect us against uncomfortable conditions. 7 p.m. Alright, let's plan. Alright, so we've got that route. Wait, didn't we just... What? Oh, there we go. Moscow. Alright, so what is this? This one is departs tomorrow. -9 at 8 a.m. And this one... 800 freaking pounds. Departs for Ekaterinburg in 4 days. Negotiate. Fur coat from a Russian gentleman should spur them on. 3 days. Ticket will require a further 800 pounds. No, let's not do that. 800 pounds. This is going to take 85. Friday, Monday. So either way, it arrives Monday, right? Arrives Friday, arrives tomorrow. Arrives Friday. I think this is the faster route, right? And I think it's cheaper. But if we do this... minus 30... No, let's do this. Yeah, I like that. That's a better option. Plus, I think we can sell something there. Possibly. Maybe not. Who knows? Let's see. Hotel. Moscow is not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece people were calling the 1812 Overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grand Army in that fateful year. Fateful. Patriotic passions were at a fever pitch. But I did not let that stop me from exploring the city, though I resolved to affect an English accent. Maybe we do need to get that passport. In the style of Monsieur Fogg, should I encounter anyone. I am not ashamed to admit that I have been practicing that very skill for some time, though. It must be said, not in the vicinity of my master. I traversed the city on foot, keeping out of the sight of the patrols of uniformed policemen and Cossack troops mounted on black mechanical steeds. I ventured away from the wide boulevards and the eclectic architecture of Tverskaya Street towards... I'm thinking we're going to get more information from the outdoor markets, right? Of Staraya Square. They were full of apple-cheeked young boys and wrapped-up peasant women. I found myself drawn to one particular stall selling Giselle ceramics painted a distinctive blue and white. I purchased a plate for a guinea and made sure that it was well wrapped before tucking it away. As the bells of the nearby church chimed the hour, I returned to our hotel, content with my brief view of the Tsar's capital city. Funds have gone down a bit. I wonder if that's going to help us or not. Should fetch a good price in Merv should we decide to sell it. Where is Merv? Where is Merv? Where is Merv? Come on, man. I need to know where these places are. This map doesn't help me. Alright, when does this depart? Departs at 8 a.m. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's go to Tsaritsyn. Embark. Hire another freight car. Oh, God. Alright. We might have to go to the... Well, I guess we're good for the bank. We might have to do the market, though. We took a freight train to Tsaritsyn, though the line was nominally a spur of the majestic Trans-Siberian. The track was a much older construction and... Oh, no. Hardly luxurious, let us say. It was quite an imposition for Monsieur Fogg, a fact which I attempted to temper. Oh, no, he's gone down in health. With solicitousness and care on our journey, though there was little that could be done to shield Monsieur Fogg from the rickety swaying carriage and whistling draught. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. Oh, because I'm supportive. I'm an awesome guy. Fogg. Close shaves. Superb. Yeah, that's how I roll, dude. I take care of my man. That didn't come out right. By the end of the day, Monsieur Fogg was feeling almost sorry for himself. I could take Monsieur Fogg... Yeah, there we go. Feeling almost sorry for himself, or perhaps slightly motion sick from his insistent study of the newspaper. Tsaritsyn. The pocket altimeter could be sold handsomely here. I don't want to sell that, though. The Ottoman Empire. Let's do this. Let's grab that. Let's see. Will this be of any value? Merv. I need to find out where Merv is. No, 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 no. So we're at Tehran, Suez, Luxor, Aswan. Where's Merv? Tsaritsyn. Plan. Baku. Well, there's Tehran. Mount Erebus. Elbrus. Novorossiysk. We don't really want to go there. It's kind of the wrong way. Athens. Antalya. Beirut. Suez. Aswan. Jeddah. Khartoum. Aden. Muscat. Manma. Okay, so we don't really care. Oh, there's Merv. Hey, Merv. Oh, man. And we are totally not where we want to be. If we go to Kabul, though. Calcutta, all these places. Canton. Cantonese. Hong Kong. Beijing, Pyongyang, Vladivostok, Irkutsk, Omsk. I think this is still our best route, though. So if we're going to do this, it departs in 2 days, right? Yeah, we can adjust that. That's not a problem. Alright, so let's go back to Tsaritsyn. Let's grab a hotel. It's 2 days. We've still got another day that we can waste. Though at first glance the river seemed to nourish the port of Tsaritsyn, in truth its wealth and industry found its source in oil from Baku. Vast riveted iron storage tanks were everywhere. I was more interested in the theater, which had just opened to much fanfare. It was playing Fortune's Fool by Ivan Turgenev, whose novels I had read avidly in Paris. I was in the minority opinion on Fathers and Sons, having enjoyed it greatly. I was sufficiently exhausted by our head journeying to be nothing but pleased at the chance to while away some hours in Tsaritsyn. Very good. Let's explore. Spent a few hours in exploration, learning ways in which we might travel onwards. Okay. Bank. Let's go to the bank. Snapped has shut his ledger. Let us see if this bank can offer us a good return for our time. I regarded the manager of the bank as we entered, a small, sweaty man who greeted us with desperate enthusiasm. You want to make a withdrawal? The manager asked. You may have to wait a day or two. I think I can wait a day. Today's Friday? No, that will not do. We have sufficient funds for now. We must continue. I agree. So let's plan. $8 a.m. Alright, so let's go back. Hotel. We'll pass the night. As night fell, I buffed and shone my master's pocket watch. I spent a few hours polishing shoes in the lobby. I engaged another guest in conversation. We've got a pretty good relationship. Let's talk to the guests. I like exploring. To learn what I could, but came away with nothing but tips for doing laundry. Alright. Embark. That's fine. Good to go. From Tsaritsyn to Astrakhan on the border of the Caspian Sea was a short distance, but the train managed to make a great deal of work out of it, huffing its way along the banks of the Volga. And I think we're going to end the episode here. In mid-travel, hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them below. And until next episode, you know what? Let me rephrase that. If you have any comments or suggestions on the channel or just in general, Not specifically on this game, because I'm pre-recording a lot of episodes of this. So if you're going to suggest something, I'm not going to be able to implement it in the game. But if you have any just in general, just let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you, I guess until the next episode, please do take care.